Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In this one we're going to repair and flash mod this 4th generation iPod I found at a hard off in Japan. As a redemption for the iPod 4th gen, I turned into a USB mouse years ago. So let's get started. First, a little bit of backstory. Back in 2011 I got my hands on a broken iPod 4th gen from a relative. I had no idea what to do with it, so I decided to turn it into a computer mouse. Obviously. I basically just disassembled a USB mouse and crammed all of its guts in this iPod case. I even actually got this scroll wheel working, at least kind of, as you can see in this vintage footage here. Now, why am I telling you this? While traveling in Japan, I discovered one of my favorite treasure hunting spots. Hard off. For those of you who don't know, it's basically a second-hand electronics heaven. Like, there's shelves full of iconic devices at really low prices. You have your Nintendo consoles, your PlayStations, computers, phones, and even iPods. And sitting on one of those shelves for about $7 was this iPod Classic. When I tested it, which is something you're actually encouraged to do there, I was greeted by the sad iPod screen. So the hard drive was shot. And that's when I thought, here's my chance. Let's make things right and save this iPod, basically as redemption for the one I didn't save back in 2011. So here we are. First we have to open the iPod up. For that I'm going to use this case opening tool, insert it here between the plastic part and the chrome part and try to separate them. Okay, so I tried all of my plastic tools, none of them worked. I really didn't want to use the metal one, but I guess I have to. Okay, we have a tiny gap here. And it's open. Now get rid of the flex cable here. And there we have it. This is our 40 gigabyte hard drive. So yeah, let's get rid of the hard drive, which is glued in actually a bit. Okay, the hard drive is free. And as you can see here, since this is the 40 gigabyte chunky iPod, it's actually way thicker than the usual 20 gigabyte hard drive. Oh, and I also can see that this battery is bulging a little bit, so I have to remove that at some point. But for now I just want to flash mod this iPod, so I don't really care. So how exactly are we going to flash mod this iPod? In the end I want to have this micro SD card as the storage medium. It's 128 gigabytes because that is the maximum these old iPods can support. So from the micro SD card I use an adapter to go to a full-size SD card. From there I'm adapting it to compact flash, and from compact flash to our 1.8 inch IDE connector that our old hard drive had. Just as a side note, I desoldered the jumper you can see here and bridged the contact so it doesn't come loose inside the iPod when closed. And I also added some Kapton tape so we don't get any shorts. I also had to cut a small bit of plastic here because the iPod's hard drive connector uses this pin here to align the hard drive, and it clashed with the pin on this connector here. So let's assemble it. It's very easy, just align it on the right side here. Press it into place and that's it. Now we basically flash modded our iPod. The next part is software. So now that the flash mod is done, we basically also have to install the iPod software onto the card again. And to do that you can use basically any computer that can run iTunes or the Finder iPod integration that newer macOS has. So here I have my world's smallest Hackintosh, link in the description. So let's connect the USB cable and see what happens. Okay, you can see that it is connected. It does actually show the 128 gigs of storage here, cool. Oh, it does something. Your Mac is restoring the software on this iPod. That sounds good, I guess.
Approximately 10 hours later.
So after I tried to restore the iPod, it just had the little pictogram on it that basically tells you to plug it in. And when I did that, for some reason, we're at the language selection screen, so I guess it worked. Obviously, I can't do anything now because the iPod is in the locked position and we removed the hold switch. So let's connect that again. Oh yeah, it's working! It's working! Crazy! So, this iPod is now officially flash modded. And as you can see here, it has 120 gigabytes. More than 3 times what the original iPod had. But wait, there is one more thing. Before closing this iPod, I actually want to do another mod. And what I want to do is remove the little iPod speaker here and replace it with an iPhone 7 Taptic Engine. I've seen a few videos on YouTube and I think that's a really great addition for the iPod to have this tactile haptic feedback instead of just the clicker sounds. So let's try it. Okay, so now I've bonded this Taptic Engine from an iPhone 7 to the back case. Also did the cabling. It connects where the original speaker would have been, so the clicker speaker, and should provide us with a haptic feedback. I've linked the video in the description where all of this is explained in detail. So let's see if it works. Inspired by DankPods, I've also added a bit of acoustic foam here so the flash adapter doesn't rattle around. But first, let's see if the haptic feedback actually works. Maybe let's add some power. And just try to plug it in. And just try to plug it into the wrong hole here. Okay. Lock switch. Oh, wow. That's crazy. That's so cool. Okay. I will have to close this iPod and then I can kind of demonstrate you what the haptic feedback actually feels like. I don't even have words for it. It feels so good. It feels so tactile. It's like if you set a timer on your iPhone and you scroll through the wheel on the top where you set the time. It's somewhat like that, but it feels even more precise, like as if there is actually something clicking inside of this iPod. And it actually, to my surprise, still does the iconic clicking sounds. I love it. I love it. So now the only thing that is left to do is, as sad as it is, I think we have to remove these stickers. I think I will put them on this hard drive to remember where it's from. Okay, maybe not this one, but the handwritten one. Let's get some isopropanol to finish the cleanup process. And we're done. So that's it. The iPod is saved and I finally redeemed myself for turning one into a USB mouse all those years ago. I love how easy this mod was to do. Just a few adapters, plugging it in, everything worked. And the Taptic Engine just feels so good. I've been fidgeting with it all day ever since I put this thing back together. So if you want to see more shenanigans like this, for example how people back in the day actually managed to play GTA San Andreas on here, consider subscribing and I'll see you next time.